Welcome back for another video, guys. Today I want to talk about something that is so frustrating, and that's going to the doctor to get some reassurance that this is anxiety and it's not a health problem, it's not a heart issue, it's not cancer. And then you go back home, maybe you have a little bit of peace, and then bam, the symptoms hit you again. This is very, very common. So we're going to talk about this today, my experience and why this happens. But you know what time it is, guys. Smash the like button down below if you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt today. The question of the day, guys, is your anxiety worse in the morning or the evening, right? Or put both, right? For me, it was both. I had horrible anxiety in the morning and the evening. Sometimes I would get a little bit of relief depending on how distracted or busy I got during the middle of the day, but it was hellacious right from the start after opening up my eyes. That did get better as time went on, obviously, and I began to finally recover. And then evening was really, really bad. Arguably the worst time, guys, was the evening for me because it was so quiet. I could hear all my symptoms. I could feel them so much more. So let us know down below in the comment section. So now, guys, the topic of the video, going to the doctors, right? Or going to a specialist or something to get reassurance that this is anxiety and not a health problem. I did this many different times. Concerning many different symptom cycles. I would have a certain set of symptoms for a while. I attached it to a disease or some illness, right? And then I would finally accept my reassurance. Guess what? Once I finally accepted, the fear level went down. Guess what? When the fear level goes down, the symptom starts to fade because I'm not entertaining it with fearful responses. But I would enter another cycle for various reasons, whether it was caused by anxiety or not. I could have a stomach ache that was just like a legit stomach ache, and then I could catastrophize about it because I had problems with that. I didn't fix that issue. I Google everything, and then bam, stomach cancer. So now I have like these stomach symptoms that stick around for 3 or 4 months, right? And then I have to go to the doctors or get that figured out or schedule an appointment and go through it all over again. But back to the point of the video, going to the doctor to get checked out, guys. First of all, it's very, very important that you do that because you're going to go back and forth with yourself. I was the type of person, guys, I was scared to go to the doctor in the very beginning. I wanted with every part of me to believe that it was anxiety, but I just couldn't. At the same time, it's like I didn't accept, but I was too scared to go find out. I know it seems complicated because it is, right? It's a lose-lose, honestly, if you don't go, but it's a win-win if you do go. If you think about it, guys, if you go, you're probably going to find out that it's anxiety and you can at least try to move forward with acceptance. And guys, even if you find out that there might be something wrong with your health, now you can actually get help and get treatment for it instead of prolonging it or running away from it or hoping that it's not a problem. So it's a win-win if you go, it's a lose-lose if you don't, because you're not going to be able to move forward with acceptance, and you're going to go back and forth with yourself over and over again. So in the beginning, my advice, when you have a new set of symptoms and they've been bothering you and you haven't been Googling them, you haven't been putting a lot of attention to them, but they're just there and they're persistent and it's different, it's scary. The best thing, guys, is to hurry up and get that reassurance as fast as you can and then move on with it, right? Eventually, yes, you do have to get away from going to the doctor all the time. I get that. That's going to get better with time. But for you newbies, guys, and you've had bad anxiety for a couple months and you're scared to go to the hospital because you can't bear to find out that something is wrong with you, guys, what's happening is you are setting these symptoms in stone. And that's what I did. I waited a couple months, I think, to go get my first bit of reassurance for my heart symptoms. And guys, like, I responded with so much fear, right, that these symptoms were just a habit. They were a habit. They become a habit. My body was just habitually making my heart race. It was habitually making my chest tighten up. It was habitually making me have all these other symptoms, guys, because I kept responding with fear. And then you do it time and time and time again. We've established, something that the subconscious and the body thinks is working. If it's trying to get your attention with the fast heart rate or the chest pain to get you to get out of a dangerous situation, and you're doing that, right, and you're responding that way, it feels like it's justified in sending the symptom. But in the beginning, guys, we don't realize that. And we think it's a heart problem or we think it's cancer. So we keep responding with fear. Please stop, go away, all that stuff. Oh my God, this is scary. And we're just reinforcing the symptom. So you newbies that haven't been, the best thing that you can do today is schedule an appointment, go get it checked out, get that EKG, just at least talk to your primary care physician. I'm not saying you have to go directly to a specialist or anything like that, but try to get some type of reassurance that this can be anxiety so you can at least start moving forward. Because if you don't have any acceptance, you're not going to believe in all this other stuff that you see on YouTube. You're not going to believe what this book says, right? You're not going to believe in mindfulness or calming the body. You're not going to believe any of that because you don't truly have any concrete reassurance, right? So that's very, very important. Can you have too much reassurance over time? Yes, because it can be addictive. So you got to, it's gray, but in the beginning, you do need it at first, okay? So do that. Now, let's say you go, okay? So this is what happened with me. The very first bit of reassurance I got was, I got some blood work. Sorry if I clear my throat, guys. I just got past a cold, or I'm still getting over a cold. I got an EKG and some blood work. And the doctor laughed at me, basically, whenever I told him my fears of having a heart attack and, you know, whatever. I was about 20, I think I was like 21 whenever I had this appointment. He's like, dude, your chances of having a heart attack are almost zero. And they gave me the EKG. It was like, there's nothing wrong here. I see nothing wrong with your blood work. This is anxiety. I don't want to see you back here. You don't need to be back here, right? I've seen people with anxiety before. This is what this is. Okay, so I had that, right? And I went with my mom. She's a nurse. You know, I'm sure I was frustrating her because I was just asking for reassurance from her before I went to the doctor. So I come out of there just like, oh, I got a second chance at life, man. Like, oh my God, this is amazing. Thank you, Jesus. You know, like I can't believe this is anxiety and everything. So I go home and everything's good for a little bit. I can't remember how long it was. It might've been a few hours or it could have been a day or two, but I started to feel the symptoms again. My chest was still tight. I was still having like these little anxiety panic attacks that would happen just on their own. Like I didn't have to be consciously triggered, you know, and that's another thing that's stressful about this whole thing. We're not even consciously being triggered all the time. We're just having symptoms around the clock. Because again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. We have caused a new habit. That's how the body is signaling to us, right? That something is wrong. It continuously sends that because we've continuously justified it. So your subconscious doesn't really care about what that doctor said or what that doctor said to me. I was taking in that information consciously. Now it's my job and it's your job to take that information that you got, those test results and what the doctor told you, and to get your subconscious to believe it. Right? And you have to do it enough for the symptoms to stop. And you have to continue to respond the right way. And you have to change your lifestyle. And you have to keep doing your exposure and all that at the same time. That's how you get things to get better, right? That's how you get your subconscious to finally believe. But what do? We go back home, we're sitting on the couch. Oh, I'm glad I had that doctor's appointment. You're watching TV. Your chest starts to tighten up. You're like, oh my God, the doctor must have missed something. Why am I still having these symptoms? I can't believe this is happening. I got to go back. And then we start going back and back and back. And it almost becomes like a drug. It's that reassurance is our tolerance gets higher, right? We need more of it. Now we're going out of state or we're going to this other town or, oh, I don't believe this doctor. I'm not saying you can't be misdiagnosed, okay? Go back for another second or third opinion if you need to. But that's what happens, guys. Your subconscious has not fully accepted what that doctor said, especially if it's the same day or the first week. You know, in the video that I did this morning, I was saying, like, we have to expect that our subconscious is at least like 30 days behind what's happening right now. So it's 30 days behind, you know, this appointment. So for the next 30 days, I got to relay to my subconscious whenever it makes my chest hurt. Look, the doctor said we were good. We're healthy because of X, Y, Z, my blood work, my testing, all the things that he said. You know, the fact that he said that I basically had a 0% chance of having a heart problem and I'm 21 and I don't have the body type for it and all this stuff. That's my job. So yes, it is perfectly normal to have anxiety symptoms after you get reassurance from a doctor, whether it be a few minutes after the appointment or a couple days after the appointment. And if you're not doing all the other stuff, right? You're not changing your life and you're not fixing what's causing the stress anyways, the symptoms will keep happening. But it's also in combination with your subconscious hasn't accepted that reassurance from the doctor yet. You know, it's at least a month behind. So it's perfectly normal to deal with that. So being patient and consistent is key, right? The subconscious takes time to rewire to change. It's our job to relay these things to our subconscious, including what a doctor says, okay? So go down below in the comment section. I want you to put in all caps, I will be patient and consistent. I will be patient and consistent. If you want more help with your recovery journey, go down below in the description and in the first pinned comment. My course, Elite Anxiety Bootcamp, is down there. It's helping tons of people. I want you guys to be a part of that if you haven't. My coaching information is down below as well. There's other resources down there. Check that out. Please like this video if you got value, and subscribe if you're new. More videos like this are coming out. And I love you guys. Until next time, keep fighting.